Good morning, it's Tuesday, and I'm back here at the Sliding Gate property. I finally got the motor and the solar panels and the batteries that I need, and I got them all operational yesterday, so now I just got to line them up and hook it up, figure out where I need to pour a concrete base for it all to live on, and a post for the solar panels. So I'm gonna drink some more water and let my sunscreen soak in before I sweat it all out, and then I'm gonna get after it. All right, here are all the pieces. This is the actual motor in here. This is the drive sprocket. But if you can see here, it's chain driven. So using these mounts to get it up off the ground, it needs to be, wherever I attach the chain to the fence needs to be in line with this sprocket. See, and then the idle wheel kind of make it a little lower. But so it can't go up and down like that. And the other thing is, this is looking down on it. It can't go, offline. It needs to be as close as it can be to the gate and at whatever height I attach this. So I'm going to start assembling this base what I can, so then I can take it over there and start puzzling out where the concrete footing or little slab for it's going to go. Alright, got the motor on the mount. This is the motorized one. These are just the little guide freewheeling ones. So it needs a 1-inch minimum between the gate frame and the chain, and that comes from this bracket here. That's 1 inch. It looks like I can go up to 2 inches or so. So I have flexibility side to side, and then up and down will have to do with how tall my foundation is. So that's about 9.5. I know you can't read that. 9.5 inches. The other thing is, it has to be set off a certain distance like that. I can't remember where I found that information. But that's why I had to add the little extra bit to the gate. So, off the concrete, the bottom of the frame is 9.5, but that's where the chain needs to go. So I think at a minimum I would want to put it here. Which is about 14 inches off the ground. So, let's see, 9, 14, 9.5. So I need to make my 2x4 frame about 1 inch or so off the ground in order to get the height I need to attach the bracket on these vertical supports. And it's almost going to sit on this same concrete. I'm gonna get my shovel and dig some of that out. Take my wagon down. Good old wagon. Got it. All right. I'm gonna make it 20 inches right to that nuts edge by 12 inches.
Your device is disconnected.
Oh. Which is as wide as I already cut out for there. Look at this crepe myrtle. Let's see. Hard to tell. It looks like it started from a root, not a seed.
Your device is connected.
Wow. First time. Okay, all the way to here, plus my form. Cut to here. Oh, it's hard today. Ooh. Oh man. Jump. Jump. I still have that soil in the backyard I gotta haul off someday soon. It's gonna be laborious. I'm cutting it like this because I need to cut it that deep. I need to even go deeper than that. Probably. But also because I'm gonna have to move it either way, so big chunks are fine. I'm not trying to replant it. This would be a good way to cut it if I was trying to replant it. But not today. Yeah. Yabba dabba doo. Man. Still learning how to drive my wagon. Oh man, it's gonna break my shovel. Oh golly. I bet that's a, oh my gosh, that was probably 100 pounds. Not doing that again, that was too heavy. Whew. Hey, look, a screw. Golly, it's bent. Okay, before I get too far down, refresh myself of what I said. Yeah, it was 9.5, but I want it up here. So I'm gonna dig it flat here and then just dig down a little bit so I can have somewhat of an in-ground footing. But otherwise the concrete's gonna be more or less at this level. So I'm gonna just clean it up.
Your device is connected.
All right. My speaker is talking to me as always. My phone is in my back pocket. Speakers here, they're connected on Bluetooth. But when I bend down like this and put my whole body in between, I don't even know why it's more of my body, but that's why it keeps disconnecting, I think. Can't read itself through the body. Okay. Alright, got it tidied up here. A little bit lower than I had hoped, but it'll be fine. I just don't think I have enough concrete. So, might put some gravel at the bottom. I have some of that left over, but I'm gonna go dump this soil in my pile in the back and build my frame for that concrete. Oh, this is nothing. Easy, but I like that. Oops, big piece didn't quite fall. Well, all right. Good work. All right, got my frame made, and it is going to work out just to sit at that elevation there. Get a little bit of this loose stuff out of there. I want the loose soil out because it's not compacted, but this untouched compacted soil I'll leave in there, and I'll use this gravel to fill in those low spots at the bottom. Probably put more. These tubes here are I'm gonna use for my wires, so I can get them out and over there. I don't know. I have to get one wire over to the solar panels, one wire to the battery box. So I'll think about it. I also might just cut the concrete when I'm done. I don't know, because the wires, they got to go underneath that concrete. So I'll figure that out. Maybe I'll do the battery box on this post. That might be better. Then I won't have to go underneath that slab I poured or through it. So I'm gonna get some more gravel. Consider what I'm gonna do with these and the stakes so I can get this thing leveled and set. Right. So it's already pretty flat. But I want to get some stakes, at least one on this side. But I can't exactly screw it in because the soil's in the way. So I'll get it started. And then up a little bit. Okay. My drill. Come here, Mr. Drill. Oh gosh. go. Go. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's level. Level across here too. Bang, one stake's all you need. Alright, I got a 50-pound bag of quick setting concrete.
Your device is disconnected.
Okay.
Pairing.
Alright. I think I might also have left a bag here of just some normal Quikrete, so let me go check the garage, go get what I need, hoses and whatnot. Alright, I did have a little bit. This fast setting stuff comes in 50-pound bags, but I know that 80-pound bags is 0.6 cubic feet, and I need 0.6 cubic feet if that's 4 inches, which it might be a little deeper because of the gravel. So I think I need all of that bag and half of a full bag of those. So probably not all that bag. But I'm gonna put that stuff at the bottom, because I want it hopefully to be hard enough to set the motor on today. So I'm just gonna mix this up little by little. Pretty stiff. I don't want it too wet, because I don't want it to flow out underneath my forms. And I want it to be dry. I think my final answer is I'm not going to use these, and I'll just figure out a way to run the wires later on top and protect them. So pretty good. It's very thick still. Just try to incorporate all that dry bits. And away we go. Might have messed up my level there. Oh no, it's good. See, now it's not flowing out the little gap that's there. So that bag of 50-pound concrete is almost the same size as this slab is, but I'd rather not run out of that, so I'm gonna mix up another batch of this stuff. Still got enough. I don't want to put too much in there, because I would like to use that whole bag of quick setting stuff. I'm gonna make a guess here. Maybe I'll overguess. I gotta fill in about 2 inches or so now. I think that'll be enough. So this is trash. I mean, I'll still be able to use it if I need it, because it's not going to dry that fast. But to make it easy to pick up, plop it on top of this. Voila. Cool. That'll dry, I'll be able to break it up just like broken concrete. Alright, I'm gonna try to do heave. It seems like I would have had plenty if I just used this fast setting stuff. That's a little bit wetter, but the gaps are all filled, and this is fast setting stuff. It's a lighter color. I guess it has a different type of cement in it. Would make sense. So, easily that much again. Alright, this is the last of it. Should be enough. Nice and stiff. Make sure it gets all the way down in there by the sides. Probably looks and sounds pretty hard, but it is. But it's in an okay state to work. Had to work with concrete a dozen of times before learning how to work with it and when it's workable and when it's not. This also doesn't have to be perfect because all it's going to have to do is sit here and hold that little motor up. It will look better than this though. Just got to get there. Slightly lower than the top right now. This is mag. That's long enough to use as my screed. See, I'm running it flush across the top of both of the form boards. It's pulling the extra with it. And I can feel when it's not quite touching. I can put the concrete in there. All right. So this float is made out of magnesium, which helps. Oh man, helps pull the moisture to the surface. Is drying quicker than the other stuff, which is good. I want it to be done today. I don't want to have to. I might come back tomorrow, but I want to be able to leave the motor sitting here tonight. A little bit more. I don't know if you can see that divot, the void there. Just a little bit here and there. Alright, that might be this a little better. Still low. Can you see the low spots there where, oh man, this stuff is crunchy in the bucket. Well, it's definitely fast setting. I was not prepared as much as I thought I'd be. But I got it flat, gave it a rough texture there. It'll be fine. It was too hard for me to put an edge on it. So I'm not able to put a nice curve on it. Which it'll be kind of sharp, but no one's going to be walking over here, and I'll knock it down a little bit. Grade the soil a little bit to meet up with it when I'm done. But that's in there. Still nice and level. So it'll be hard enough for me to get the motor mounted today. So I can continue assembly here.
Your device is disconnected.
Okay.
Pairing. Your device is connected.
All right. Shout out DeWalt and their mini speaker. It's great at connecting. Yeah, I'm gonna clean up the concrete stuff now before it gets hard and ruins my tools. And on to the next. All right, got my concrete stuff cleaned up. I did a couple other things like mount this battery box and assembled the solar panels together. I don't have the charger for my camera. I'm about 50% battery right now, so I'm just gonna minimize my filming so I can capture everything till the end of the day. I was gonna put this cardboard down, but that concrete is dry. All right. Leave that there for now. Something like that. So I have this post. It still has concrete on it. This is actually from this job site, from this far corner, the neighbor's fence. All the other fence posts from the old fence I have already chopped off and taken to recycling. But I forgot about this one. I took it out at a different time. But I'm going to use it. Oof. Let me set it here for now. I'm going to use it to mount the solar panel on. Whoa. So, I'll grab my shovel, the wheelbarrow, or the whatnot, and get back over there by the solar panel. Alright, so this is actually three solar panels that I assembled. Come with that rigid frame and this mounting bracket. So we're facing south. This thing will be put in like this, somewhere where it won't get shade from the fence. But we're putting it back here just because it's kind of an eyesore. And you know, wouldn't want anybody to steal it. But back here we have, it'll be in shade for partial of the morning, you know, so it's kind of a trial and error. I talked to the homeowner and we're gonna put it back there because that's our first choice, but we might have to move it back up here just so it will always get sun. But the amount that they're going to be using the gate and the amount of battery charge that's depleted and all that, I don't think it's necessary that it needs like, I don't know, 8 hours of charging. I don't think so. I think it's fine. Okay, let me grab my gloves and dig this hole. All right, I'm not going to use fresh concrete. I'm just going to dig a deep enough hole. And this thing's already... Well, I know this shovel blade's 14 inches from last week's work. So if I can dig, sheesh, 24-inch deep hole, I should be able to compact it in there. I might even try to dig like a 20-inch deep hole and then hammer it in a little bit. So we'll see. Probably just center it on this space. Something like that. I think that's plenty far from the fence. That fence will never make shade this deep, even in the winter time. So right here, bang. Okay, I'm gonna dig a hole. All right, there's a hole. It looks like it might be deep enough for the concrete, but I want to try to slam that depth of metal into the ground. Boom! Oh yeah, that's gonna work well. Let me get my sledgehammer, bang that in there. Got the sledge in my ear protection. So it looks like I need to go down like 6 inches or so. It's kind of an odd angle. Man, come on out of there. All right. See if I can throw it back into that same hole, but deeper. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, there you go. No hammer needed. It's already at grade. Just gonna get my level. There. Get my level and backfill it and compact it on the way up. So, simple stuff. That's easy, man. That was quicker than I hoped. Alright, got the level. It's magnetic. Makes it easy. And brought this piece of wood. So it's just like when I was compacting the gravel for the above ground pool foundation a couple weeks ago. That'll be, I don't know, probably like 4 weeks ago as far as the videos go. I'm at least 3 weeks behind when I film things. The video that came out yesterday, today's Tuesday, August 5th. Monday, August 4th, I posted the video of when I came here and I didn't have the right motor. And I filmed that, I think, in like July 8th. So it took me some time to get back here. Also, it takes me some time to get around to posting the videos, but I want to release them in chronological order. So if anybody is paying attention, following along that closely, thanks for doing it. And yeah, that'll make more sense. So as you can see, I'm just feeding in little bits. If I put a big chunk in there at once, I wouldn't be able to compact it. But now I'm able to get in there and compact it. And my shovel or my tool won't quite fit right there. So I'm just gonna dig out the edge of the hole so my tool fits. And then compact that down. Simple process, as you can see. Just takes time, and I'll be checking that it's plumb vertical on the way up. Too much, too little. So I'll check back in when I'm all done. All right, I got all the subsoil clay in there. Sturdy, sturdy. That's very sturdy. It's just got to hold this thing. So let's see if I can get some topsoil and lawn back in there. Make it look a little better. Look at that. Now some of that grass is ripped apart to the point where it's not going to live, but at least every piece that I put down had some living roots in it that will regrow. So it won't be a completely bare patch here for a while. Grass will grow back. Grass might even grow back over this concrete a little bit, depending on how the lawn guy maintains it. That little piece of concrete's kind of high anyway. Some of this looser topsoily stuff. Not the dense clay subsoil that I used to hold everything in place. All right. If you leave little balls of soil like that, they'll always stay that way until they get mashed in. So mash them in now, they'll start to reform themselves in the main soil. There you go. Ready for the solar panel. I don't think I have any screws to attach it with today. Oh, but look, I can do this. At least to get it up off the ground. Man. All right. See, kind of an eyesore. So, we'll put it back here. The cable for this I'm going to run along the driveway. So I'm just going to use that flat shovel and open it up a little bit wider along the driveway so I can get the cable down in there. Alright, my camera cut off because it was too hot and it needed charging all at the same time. But here's what I'm talking about. Just going along and widening this out along the driveway. This is low voltage stuff, so it's all right in this condition. And then I'm just hammering it down below the height that a string trimmer might get in there. Hopefully they don't ever use a rigid blade edger here. I don't think so. I'll make sure though that they do not. And then every 4 or 5 feet here, I got one of these staples laid out. And I'll just get over it. And that'll help pin it down even more. So every 5 feet or so, I'm going to pin it down. All right, running out of battery and time for today. But yeah, let's see. The other thing I did was this cable. I was able to push it underneath. So here I'll probably cut the concrete and put that in with some silicone or something to protect it from a string trimmer. And then over here on the joint of them, right now I just have it out on this side and it's too high, but I'm going to cut out a piece of this metal here so the cable can come through it there. It's a little high tonight, so they'll have a little bump in the jump there, but it'll still be operational. Pulled the forms off my concrete block here. And yeah, it's basically, I mean, it clearly just sitting on top. It's a quick way of getting it level. You can see the 2 types of concrete I put in there. Definitely a different cement used. So, I'm going to backfill that soil and stuff, but I don't think I'll get to that today. Because I gotta get going. I need to take my Super Duty, my white truck there. Gotta take it to the mechanic. So me get this finished up and check in with you before the end of the day. Alright, I got the wire all buried, which is a good goal because I don't know when they maintain the lawn here. I think it was today, but maybe they come tomorrow. So I'm just using the hose to push a little bit of soil back in there. You can see my cable's exposed right now, but I think the best thing might be able to kind of form some concrete over there. You know, not that, but something like that. And there's my slab and the motor just sitting kind of where it's going to go, I think, which is fine. I'll probably just put anchors in these side holes, so it's right in the middle of the slab, but nothing's anchoring that slab to the ground, so it's kind of just like a paver. All right, I gotta get going. Hopefully I can get all my work stuff out of the work truck before having to take it to the mechanic. I'll leave my hose here. Coil it up somewhat so it doesn't get mowed over. We'll see. It's good enough. I need to top off my water bottle. Actually, I have water in the car. So that's it for the day. I'll let them know about the little bump right there. Otherwise, that's looking great. Got my cable out of the way there for the solar panel. Music playing. All right, goodness gracious, it is warm today. $4:30. Where's my thermometer? Here it is. 101 degrees here in the truck. Man, cool. Well, see me? Yeah, you can. Alright, well, I didn't get as much done as I hoped today. That's alright. It's just that it's been so long since I've been here, I want to get as much done as I can so I can just be done with it. But I'm not going to rush the process or do some sloppy work. Get it done right the first time. Man. Unlocked my steering wheel club. This truck that I'm in right now has been stolen twice, so I always put the steering club on there. That'll keep someone from driving off with it. All right, I'll be back here tomorrow in my other truck. So hopefully I gotta remember to get everything I need out of here. I usually keep a good handful of tools in here. Man, concrete on my glasses. So, thanks for following along. Check me out next time.